The caravan's numbers have continued to grow as they walk and hitch rides through hot and humid weather, and the United Nations estimated that it currently comprises some 7,200 people, many of whom intend to continue to march north.
¿Pero cruzaron ahí en balsa o cómo?
Sí, en balsa cruzamos.
Hoy caminaron toda la noche.
Sí.
¿Por Zaragoza?
Sí, por toda la frontera.
¿Como cuánta gente venían?
Pues por lo bajito veníamos como 2,000 a 3,000.
O sea, este caravana debe ser grande.
Sí, porque hasta nos están esperando los otros.
While such caravans have occurred semi-regularly over the years, this one has become a particularly hot topic ahead of the November 6 midterm elections in the US. And an immigrant rights activist traveling with the group accused Trump of using it to stir up his Republican base. Earlier in the day, Trump renewed threats against Central American governments and blasted Democrats via Twitter for what he called pathetic immigration laws. In another tweet, he blamed Guatemala, Honduras, and El Salvador for not stopping people from leaving their countries. Authorities rushed to evacuate low-lying areas and set up shelters as an extremely dangerous Hurricane Willa with winds of 230 kilometers per hour headed toward a landfall along a stretch of Mexico's Pacific coast, dotted with high-rise resorts, surfing beaches, and fishing villages. Forecasters said Willa would blow ashore somewhere along a 220-kilometer stretch from the resort city of Mazatlan to San Blas. About 100 kilometers up the coast in Mazatlan, with a metropolitan area population of about 500,000, Mayor Jose Joel Bosigas said officials prepared shelters and were closely monitoring low-lying areas. Willa briefly reached Category 5 strength, then weakened a bit to Category 4. But the U.S. National Hurricane Center warned that it still was likely to bring life-threatening storm surge, wind and rainfall to parts of west central and southwestern Mexico. Workers taped up windows in hotels, and officials ordered schools closed in a low-lying region where towns sit amid farmland tucked between the sea and lagoons. Officials said 7,000 to 8,000 people were being evacuated from low-lying areas, mostly in Sinaloa state. Mazatlan is a popular vacation spot and home to a large number of American and Canadian expatriates. U.S. President Donald Trump says he's not satisfied with the explanations he's heard about the death of Saudi journalist Jamal Khashoggi. Saudi Arabia said Khashoggi was killed in a fistfight with officials sent to encourage him to return to the kingdom. Turkish media and officials say the 59-year-old Washington Post columnist was killed and dismembered by a 15-man Saudi hit squad. Trump said he's spoken with Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman since Khashoggi's death.
You know what, John, I'm going to know very shortly because I have a great group of people in Turkey right now and a great group of people in Saudi Arabia. We will know very soon. We have tremendously talented people that do this stuff very well. They're coming back tonight, tomorrow, and I will know very soon. And I am not satisfied with what I've heard.
Trump also reiterated his intent to pull out of a landmark arms control agreement, saying the Russians have not adhered to the spirit of the agreement or the agreement itself. Trump is also pointing out that China is not included in the 1987 Intermediate Range Nuclear Forces Treaty. The president says China should be part of the agreement, raising questions about whether he plans to renegotiate a more sweeping pact that includes Russia, the United States, and China.
We have people in Saudi Arabia and people in...
Coming up in sports, Malaysia booked semi-spot in Six Nations Asian Champions Trophy. Malaysia defeated South Korea 4-2 to register their third consecutive win in the men's Six Nations Asian Champions Trophy in Muscat, Oman on Monday. With the win, Malaysia booked their place in the semi-finals despite two matches remaining to play against India and Pakistan. In the first two matches, Malaysia defeated Asian Games gold medalist Japan 3-0 and Oman 3-1. In the game against South Korea, Malaysia took the lead through Muhammad Firhan Ashari in the 11th minute at the Sultan Kabul Sports Complex. Korea fought back to score 2 goals in a space of 5 minutes through Yang Ji-hoon in the 15th minute and a penalty corner converted by Jang Jong-hyun in the 20th minute to grab the lead. However, Malaysia came back strongly to score 3 goals in the 22nd, 35th and 57th minutes via Muhammad Sharil Sabah, Tengku Ahmad Tajuddin, Tengku Abdul Jalil and Faisal Sari. Malaysia's next match is against India. Japan are through to the quarterfinals of the AFC U19 Championship with a game to spare after beating Thailand 3-1 in Group B on Monday evening. The Samurai Blue opened the scoring 3 minutes before the half-hour mark when a mazy dribble by Hiroki Abe saw him waltz his way through before his low cross was spilled by Krisawat Concord with Taisei Miyashiro and hand to turn the loose ball home. Abe then weighed in with another assist in the 42nd minute when he dissected the opposition defense by poking a pass from the edge of the area through to Koki Saito, who made no mistake in finishing past Krisawat in one-on-one situation. The contest was effectively over a minute before the break as Japan added a third. Miyashiro lining up a free kick from 25 yards out and culling away a fairly tame effort, which Krisawat got a hand to but could only help into the back of his own net. Thailand did manage a consolation 9 minutes after the restart when a 16-year-old substitute, Supanat Muenta, was fed a neat pass by Sitichok Paso and fired away a shot, which Kosetani failed to keep out. However, it proved to be a mere consolation as the Japanese went on to claim a comfortable win that secures their place in the last 8, while Thailand must beat DPR Korea in their final Group B match to stand any chance of progressing. Meanwhile, South Korea put themselves to within touching distance of a place in the quarterfinals with a 3-1 win over Jordan in a Group C tie at Patriot Chandrabhaga Stadium. The 12-time champions led for the vast majority of the match, but Jordan looked to have salvaged a point with 13 minutes remaining, only for late goals to Jeon Jae-jin and Choi Jun to steer the Koreans to victory. The Koreans wasted no time establishing the advantage in Bekasi, hitting the back of the net in just the 3rd minute of play. Cho Yong-wook calmly volleyed the ball home after Jordan failed to clear their lines following an early set piece. Jordan's task became more difficult when Yusuf Abuajazar was shown a second yellow card in the 74th minute, but they found an improbable equalizer 3 minutes later. Substitute Omar Al-Zabdia stole in to intercept a sloppy back pass and sensationally guide the ball into the back of the net from an acute angle. The Koreans had held their lead for 74 minutes, but it took just 2 to get it back when they caught the Jordan defense napping from a set piece, allowing Jeon to round off Akrui and tap home his second of the tournament. It would prove to be the game's decisive moment, and Choi benefited from some tired defending to add some gloss to the score with a third in stoppage time. And that concludes this evening's News on 2. In our top story, students with special needs encouraged to join inclusive education program. Join us again at 12:30 tomorrow afternoon for more updates. And News on 2 is looking for new editors for English News Desk. For those who are interested, please email your applications and CVs to newson2@gmail.com. Till then, I'm Renee Fong and have a pleasant evening.